back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of our subscribers. Thank you all for subscribing to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I thank you for your love and for your support. If you are new to the channel, you're highly and very welcome. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. Hit on the bell also on the side to get an update whenever I upload a new video. And all for our old subscribers, thank you so much, guys, for always coming back. Okay, guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew this ruche or smoked sleeve, so you can see the picture up there. So I already have different patterns of the smoking sleeve patterns on the channel before, but this is a different kind of smoking pattern that we're going to be doing today. So I'm just going to, before I continue, I'm just going to use this pattern paper to explain it so you understand it more. So for this kind of sleeve, I'm going to be making use of 1 yard of fabric for one sleeve. So if I'm making for two sleeve, I'll use 2 yards of fabric. So I'm going to just rule my pattern paper like this with intervals of 5 inches. As this is 5 inches, this is 5 inches. So what I mean, like this is 5 inches from here to here. So I'll just go ahead, I'll rule them like this first. And then after ruling them like this with intervals of 5 inches, and then again I'll rule them 5 inches again. So I have my box, they are all 5 inches, and then these 5 inches now come to the middle and I'll begin to divide them into two. So you can actually start with 2.5, so but I always like doing it this way, it makes it easier. And then I'll divide this one also. So at the end of the day, I have about 2.5 there. I'll divide them like this and divide them into 2.5 like that now. So at the end of the day, I have 2.5. So my box is squared on 2.5. So what I'm going to do now, I will just start marking at random. So this first line like this, I'll just start marking them. So this first line, it is like a random zigzag sleeve. So I'll mark one here. So you notice the first one I left it. I'll mark this, and then this one I'll give a space, I'll mark this, I'll give a space, I'll mark this, and then give space, I'll mark this, and then I'll come to this next line here, I'll mark this. So I'm just marking them at like random markings. You understand? It is a random, so this one, the pattern is not like a one pattern. So you can mark it however you just want to mark. You understand? So you can see what I'm just doing. I'm just doing random marking. I'm just going back and forth, back and forth. So you see I have random, have everything at random here. So go ahead, what I've done here, I'll go ahead and do it on the fabric. So if you want to register for our online classes, you can see my number scrolling through the screen. Just send me a message on WhatsApp and then I'll give you the details of the classes that we have available.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'll mark 5 inches just like I explained.
So I'll roll it downwards like this. So you can actually make it smaller. You can do 3 inches, you can do 2 inches, depends on how full you want it to be. So mine, I don't want it to be too full because the if it is too tight, that means I'm going to consume more fabric. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to mark 5 inches on this side like this, just like I did. I'll mark it to the end. Okay, guys, so when you finish, you are going to take your needle and thread. You can decide to do this with your sewing machine, but I think a needle and thread will make it easier so you can relax while doing this. So what you are going to do now, we are just going to be picking all of the points at random. So I'm going to start with this first point like this. I'm just going to pick a point like this from this point, and then I'll connect it to this part. Okay, so I'll just pick a point like that, and then take it to this point, and then I'll bring them together like this. So you just like stitch it together, and then you tie it. So you can see it is firm. So I'll go ahead, I'll just cut this. So this sleeve, the truth of the matter is that as you're walking, you'll be checking your pattern. It's not like those normal regular ones. So you'll be checking the pattern, depends on what you have at the back. So that is what will determine how much stitch you are going to be doing. So you pick another point from the points that we marked, and then you bring it together like this, and then you tie it, and then it is firm. You go ahead, you cut it out. So you go ahead, you pick another point, and then you mark it, you pick, and then you join them together also, you stitch together. So there's something you are going to do. So since I'm just making a video, I'm just going to continue like this. You saw what happened on this one because it was not well tied together. It actually broke. So that is why you need to tie it properly. So you can decide to run the thread, but in order for you not to waste the thread, you can just always cut out. So you continue. So after you continue like this, just keep looking for all of the points. So if you notice that I have a point here. So this point that I have here, I'm going to take it like this. I'm going to take it like this, and then I'll bring it to this other one that I did before. So like I said it is like a random stitch. So and then you pull it together. You pull it together also. So I'll just go ahead, I'll continue doing that before I will start joining the other parts again together. So I'll show you what I did earlier. So you can see what I have here. You see how beautiful this pattern is looking like now. You can see the waves like what we have on the sleeve. So this is what I'm going to use to form that balloon sleeve. So when you form it, you are going to have it like this. So you can see, because this is a print. So if you are using a plain fabric, it is going to be more obvious. So you can see what we have. You saw those waves on it, and then you add your elastic. So I'll just continue. I'll go ahead and finish it to like this, and then I'll show you how to place your sleeve pattern, and then we'll cut it out. Okay, guys. So at the end of the day, so you can see what I have. So you can see all of my waves on it. So after what I did after stitching all of my points, there are some other points. You can still hold 2 points. So you can see this part now is 2 points. You can see 2 points. You can still hold 2 points together. Just keep creating, just keep holding them so you can see. That's what will give it this whole effect. It's like a random, it's like a random roach or random smoking rather. So the next thing now we're going to do, we're going to cut our sleeves. So I'll use this to cut it, and then we will now transfer it on the fabric. With that, it is easier. So we're going to cut the sleeve now. So for the sleeve, I'm just going to I'm not using a slash and spread, so I'm just going to like double my round sleeve measurement. So normally my round sleeve measurement is supposed to be 9 inches. So I'm just going to add some inches to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to use add extra 5 to it. So I'm used to have about 14. I'll come to this point like this. I'll mark 5 and then I'll just curve it in like this. So you see it is a very simple way, and then I will measure the down part because I'll add an elastic to it. I'm going to mark the length. So from this point, I'm just going to go, depends on how wide I want the down part to be. So I'll measure what I have. I have about 14. So I'll just go ahead. I'll use the same 14 like this. So you see, that is how simple it is to cut this sleeve. So I'll go ahead. I'll cut it out right now. So I'll place this now on our pattern and cut out. So I hope that I have enough. I'll just fold it like this. So it looks like our pattern is a little bit bigger, so I'm going to adjust it a little bit. So since I have extra, so I can always adjust. So I'll place this like this now, and then I'll cut it. I'll just use the measurement to cut it round like that. So I hope you can see it. I'll cut it round. So I finished cutting it. The next thing we're going to stitch. So I'm going to take the sleeve like this. I'll place it on my lining like this. So as I stitch, I'll use my hands to open it up so it enters into all of this part. So I'm going to join it at the down part like this. So before joining, because it is longer than my sleeve, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do tiny pleats first, just to reduce it a little bit before adding my elastic. So I don't want the elastic to show, so it's going to be inside. So I'll go ahead now. I will stitch down this part before I will add the elastic to it. Okay, so I've secured it down. The next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to add my elastic. So I'm just going to take my elastic here like this, and then I'm going to top stitch it, and then I'll pull along as I stitch. Okay, so I finished stitching, so I'll just go ahead. I'll cut this out, and then the next thing I want to do, I want to secure my sleeve around like this. I'm just going to secure it around to make sure that everything is in place. I'll secure it around. Okay, guys, so please turn it to the right side before you secure it. I actually made a mistake there. So you just turn it to the right side like this. So after turning to the right side like this, so that is when you now go ahead and secure it down round. So after securing it down, so you can see this down part, and then you join the side. So I'll just go ahead and finish mine, and then I'll show you the final look of the sleeve. Okay, guys, so at the end of the day, so you can see how the sleeve looks like. So once you put it on, you just pull it up a little bit, and then you see how it is looking. So you can see all of the waves. So thank you so much. If you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.